welcome back to Handwriting and Story Mapping with Mrs. Owens. So, friends, today we are going to be working on transition words, okay? Transition words are so important, friends. And as you've already learned, transition words are important because they help your reader to know that time has passed in your story. And they help your reader to know when you're moving on to another important event. So, friends, today Mrs. Owens is going to share a story with you, okay? And I want you to listen out for those transition words or phrases that help to glue our story together, okay? So, first, I'm going to read my introduction to you. And I want you to pay attention when you hear that transition word that's going to connect my introduction to my body, okay? And then, friends, you're going to help me to figure out which transition word I should use to connect my body to my conclusion. Okay, friends, are you ready? All right, let's jump in. It was the day of FAMU's first grade play. The auditorium was filled with parents, students, and teachers. I looked at the program and realized that it was almost time to start. So, friends, right away, I'm noticing that my setting is the bomb, okay? I have the where, okay? And I have the talking characters, which are my parents, my students, and my teachers, okay? And I have the when. It was the day of FAMU's first grade play. Okay, so now, friends, there goes my setting, there goes my talking characters. Now it's time to transition into my body. Okay, listen out for that transition word. Moments later, friends, did you hear it? Moments later, okay? So there you see my story. That transition phrase is helping us to know that now we're moving to another event, okay? We're moving to another event. Time has transpired, okay? Or time has moved. Moments later, Miss Minari began lining us up in order to go on stage. Scholars in FAMU began to line up one behind each other. If only I could have a few minutes before the show started to calm down, I thought to myself. There was no way I would be able to say all of my lines if I went out now. But Miss Minari cued the music and I knew it was our turn. My stomach suddenly started to flutter like a million butterflies. Okay, friends, so now I have gone through my introduction. I tied my introduction into my body with my transition phrase, moments later. And now, friends, that I've introduced the problem in my story, I am ready to transition into my conclusion. All right, friends, here we go. Because I am going to need your help. I'm going to need your help. Uh-oh. Oops. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put this over here. There we go. Awesome. Okay. Here we go, friends. Time to transition. Now, I'm going to go back and I'm going to read the last line of my body just so that we can figure out what we need to do for our transition phrase. My stomach suddenly started to flutter like a million butterflies. Okay, friends, here we go. Now, these are my choices for my transition from my body into my conclusion. The next morning, a thought came to my mind. Why not let everyone get on stage in front of me so I can have some more time to calm down? I don't know, friends. The next morning? Let's keep reading. Finally, a thought came to my mind. Why not let everyone get on stage in front of me so I can have some more time to calm down? Friends, Finally? That doesn't sound so bad. Let's see how the next one sounds. Suddenly, a thought came to mind. Why not let everyone get on stage in front of me so I can have some more time to calm down? Friends, I don't know. What do you think? What do you think? Do you think suddenly is the best transition out of all the transition phrase? Well, let's see. Let's see if you're right. Drum roll, please. Dun, 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 dun. Yes, suddenly is it, friends. Now, suddenly a thought came to my mind. Why not let everyone get on stage in front of me so I can have some more time to calm down? Now, friends, let's talk about why suddenly is the best choice. Remember, we said that the transition words or the transition phrases help our reader to know that time has passed in our story and that we're moving on to another important event. Well, friends, the ending of let's go back to the ending of um my body, okay? My stomach suddenly started to flutter like a million butterflies. The next morning, a thought came to mind. What? Oh, we can stop right there, friends, because remember, we were just getting ready to go on stage. So, if I use the next morning for my transition phrase, it's not going to make sense. Why? Yes, because too much time has passed on, right? It doesn't make sense. So we can cross that out. That is totally, nope, we don't want that. Now, let's talk about finally. Finally, a thought came to mind. Why not let everyone get on stage in front of me so I can have some more time to calm down? Now, friends, when we hear finally, it doesn't sound bad. I mean, it sounds like it makes sense, but then when we really think about it, if we go back to the ending of my body where I say, my stomach suddenly started to flutter like a million butterflies. Finally, a thought came to mind. Why not let everyone get on stage in front of me so I can have some time to calm down? Well, friends, when I think about finally is just what it is. It's like the end, right? Like I had so many different ideas before that, and now I've come up with a great idea. When in fact, that's not really what happened, right? So, but when we use suddenly it's perfect. It's just like out of nowhere, right? It came out of nowhere, unexpected. Boom, right here in my head is an awesome idea. So, friends, this is what you need to do in your writing. You need to figure out what are the best transition words to use to connect your introduction to your body and then your body to your conclusion. Because without those transition words, friends, our writing is just messy. It doesn't seem cohesive. That means it doesn't seem like it goes together. But those transition words just glue everything together and make it flow so nice and seamless. And that's what we want as good writers, okay? So let's go ahead and finish reading my story. Okay. Suddenly, a thought came to my mind. Why not let everyone on stage in front of me so I can have some more time to calm down? Yup, that's just what I will do, I said to myself. Gary was the last one left before I would have to go on. Although I felt better, I was still somewhat nervous. Just then, friends, did you hear that? Just then, another transition word, friends. Okay, hold on to your seats. I heard my mother's voice cheering as I took a step to get on stage. My confidence soared. When I got on stage, I said my lines with ease. I done it. I overcome my fear and I was so proud of myself. The play was a success and we were all proud. Friends, I hope you guys can see how important those transition words and phrases are to making your story come alive, to helping your reader stay on track with what you're reading, to know when the time has passed from one event into another event. So now for your homework, friends, this is what you're going to do. So friends, you are going to copy this down, okay? I'm going to read it for you. All of a sudden, Gus started pulling harder and harder to get Stephanie and Gumbo. The leash snapped out of my hands and I yelled, "Oh no!" I had to get him back on the leash because dogs were not allowed to be loose at the park. My heart started to beat faster. Boom, 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 boom. I was so nervous that I wouldn't be able to get him back. Okay? So friends, now we have to figure out a transitional phrase for this body of work. Okay? Now, let's look at these transitional phrases. I am going to just scoot this over just a little bit so that we can still see it. And I'm going to bring our transitional phrases, into view so you guys can get a really good look. All right? And now you will have to make a decision, friends. You will have to choose what transition phrase or sentence do you think would best fit with this body of work, okay? A few hours later, I caught up to Gus. All of a sudden, my legs began to run as fast as I could after him. It was no use. Gus was too fast for me, and I couldn't keep up. So friends, now that you've read, okay, now that you've read this body of work, now that you've copied it down, you are going to choose which one of these transitional phrases do you think best go with this body of work, okay? Friends, I am super excited to see what you're going to do. See you next time.